Auto insurance can all seem the same until it comes time to use it. So don't get stuck paying more for less coverage. Switch to USAA Auto Insurance and you could start saving money in no time. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply.
USAA. Hilton brings you new ways to stay. With experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
Halliday presents, in the red corner, the undisputed, undefeated Weed Whacker Guy. Champion of hurling grass and pollen everywhere. And in the blue corner, the challenger, extra strength Halliday. Eye drops that work all day to prevent the release of histamines that cause itchy allergy eyes. And the winner by knockout is Halliday. Halliday, bring it on.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to the Coaching Youth Hoops Podcast.
They're playing
Basketball. Here's our hosts, Steve Collins. And Bill Flitter.
Here we go. Welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops, episode 43. Right? Am I right on the episode?
43, yeah, 43 today. Yeah.
All right. And what's today's topic, Coach?
We are going to talk about, this came up in our Facebook group, of how to teach contact, especially at the youth level. I think this was geared towards this coach was coaching a girls team. And, I think that teaching contact with, especially I think on the female side, is it's just doesn't come natural to them. I've coached both boys and girls. And as I always say to my teams, boys will run through a wall to get to the basket. Girls are smarter and figure out a way to go around the wall to go to the basket, right? And so, but we want basketball is a contact sport. So how do you teach contact is the topic for today.
Oh, so my guys have a hard time with contact, and we've started using the football pad. Yeah. And we actually, I wasn't sure I could do this, but I'm using it in my warm-ups.
Okay.
That's how bad we are at it. So I have an assistant coach underneath. So when we're doing post work and we're doing layups, I have an assistant coach underneath with that football pad. So I'll put a link down below. I'll remind myself to put a link so you can see what it looks like. Yeah. It's like a square and it's padded and you can hold it and you can just whack them a little bit so you don't hurt. No one gets hurt.
Right.
But it's that feel of being jostled. And when we were in Florida, we found out that we didn't handle contact very well. So I said, first of all, we're going to start doing it in warm-ups and we're going to do it in practice and we're just going to get used to the contact and we're going to get better at it. And we just have to. So that was one of the things that we kind of lean into as far as execution and stuff. But I think, I think they got to get used to what it feels like.
Yeah.
As far as that contact goes.
So we definitely did. Yeah, we definitely did the same. And I did it at the youth level. The other thing that my assistant coach gave me was the jiu-jitsu sticks. They're, and we use those a lot. I usually use those during ball handling exercises. I shouldn't say usually. When I'm training, we use those when we're.
How do you spell that?
Jeez, Coach.
I'm just okay. So I know people are listening right now.
I'll look it up. Why? I'll do it.
I'll put it in I'll put it in the show notes.
Okay, I'll send you the link.
How do you? Okay.
They work really handy, and it's funny because the kids always bring them up. They tease you're gonna hit me today with the sticks, and I'm like, yeah, right. It teaches you contact. And they're padded, but yet they got some padding on them.
And they're long, right?
They're long, and so I just tap in them. Like when they're dribbling, I'm tapping their hands, I'm tapping their shoulders, legs, everything to simulate some sort of content and focus.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll look them up.
Yeah, look them up and send that to me. And
I'll send that over to you. No, that's a good one. I really like that one. The other thing that we've done so I noticed that our kids were doing fadeaway layups to avoid the contact. And you can imagine what the shooting percentage on layups was doing that. So we implemented power layups, 2-footed layups, but we had to teach them how to play through contact on that. And that's the whole idea. Like we want an and one. Right now, every team we played, we have more points per possession because we went to teaching them how to take contact in the lane, using pads, doing a power layup, taking the hit, leaning into the hit, finishing, versus the fadeaway layup to avoid the contact. Contact is tough though, right? We have this drill called continuous shooting, and basically it's 2-on-2. You score to 3. You have a shooter, and the shooter's responsibility, or the shooter just shoots, and the players, wherever the ball lands, they catch it and try to score right away. If it touches the ground, it's a dead ball. You can't dribble at all, but you got to use your pivots. Everything is right around the basket, and there's no fouls, right? So we're teaching them how to play through. And I've done this. I mean, I've done this 4th grade and up. I still do it with my high school players. And it's really just teaches them how to play through contact and try to score in and around the basket, boxing out. I mean, they're really going after it at that point.
Do you have a video of that?
I will create a video, and actually it will be show better in a video, but I will do I'll create the playbook for it.
Okay.
It's a good little.
I'd like to see that.
Okay. Yeah.
You've got time. You've got time to do that. So then I can put it in the show notes.
Whatever you need, Coach. I'll look up jujitsu sticks, shoot videos.
Did you figure out how to spell that?
Yeah. Dude, isn't that awful? It's JIU, and then dash JITSU.
Llévate más de lo que esperas todos los días con el nuevo McValue en McDonald's. Ahora puedes comprar uno y sumarle otro por $1. Así que cuando tu equipo favorito enfrente a sus rivales, enfrenta tus antojos con $5 Meal Deals. Y si estás corriendo para alcanzar el desayuno, corre al app para llevarte ofertas antes del cutoff. Tú decides, y con McValue, tu decisión siempre rinde más. Precios y participación pueden variar. BOGO $1 válido para un producto de igual o menor valor. Debe estar registrado en Rewards para ofertas en el app.
Oh, there it is.
I'm trying to find the ones that I've actually used. Anyway, that's a good teaching aid.
But it's not, don't put in pad. You almost want to put in stick or something.
Yes,
yeah, I'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah, I'll find them.
Okay. That's a great idea. No, anything else with teaching contact? I think you got to simulate it.
You definitely have to simulate it in practice. As I always say, the basketball is a contact sport. It's not tennis, right? Or ballet. Because we had two ballet players, 2 ballet performers who played basketball. Great footwork, by the way. But they used to laugh about that, right? Because there's no contact in those sports. So this is a contact sport. You have to make contact. You can't be afraid of getting hit or hitting. And once they get that concept, and then teach them, I think this is another important thing. What's a foul? Right?
It's a great question, and I'm not sure.
Depends on the game and the ref.
It depends on the game and the official, and don't get me started. I tried to call a timeout last night, and they missed me calling a timeout. So we were on a little run. We cut it to 2, and the ball goes in, and I'm yelling timeout up and down the side. He missed it. I go, you can't miss me calling a timeout.
I had he missed it. Our players are on offense. You know, it was the second half, so they're on our side of the bench. I'm calling timeout. He missed it. I mean, he's literally standing a few feet away. And when I call timeout, I call timeout. I'm like yelling, so he gets my attention, right? And our player is just coming up with the ball. She's about half court. You know when he calls it? When he finally hears me? When she's driving to the hoop, wide open.
Oh.
And I'm like, are you...
There's 3 of them anyway. And
I saw the look on my player's face, and I said to her, I've been yelling, calling timeout. I'm sorry. Like, you know, he called it at that moment. You were driving anyway. She was having a bad shooting game too, and she had a wide open layup. But teaching them what is a foul and what's not a foul and what you can get away with in a game. Is really important, so they feel comfortable knowing, okay, I can push, or you can't extend your arm. I can get a forearm in here in this situation, right? You got to let on a shot. You got to let the player's feet touch the ground before you can box out. Those types of little details I think are important to teach the kids. But doing, like you said, simulating any activity where they're pushing on one another. We also have there's a sumo drill where you stand around the circle at mid court. You have your players, it's 1-on-1, and you put the ball in the middle, and it's basically a box out drill, and the defenders obviously are inside, the offenses in the outside, and they have for 5 seconds, defense has to keep offense from getting the ball, right? So you're basically holding a box out longer than you normally would, but you're working on feeling and going behind you. So that's another good drill. And it's just like, and it's fun. The kids absolutely love that drill because sumo, okay, sumo wrestling, right? That's how they think about it. Anyway. And
what do? You throw a ball, or how do you...
ball sitting in the center of the circle.
And they hold
and so it's just sitting there, and then we're counting out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have to hold the offensive player. Now the offensive player, if they can get it in 1 second, they're there. But it was just working on that contact, and it's a quick little drill. We do it, a couple minutes, and
that teaches contact. I like that.
It teaches contact. Yeah.
All right, till next week, and we'll figure out how to spell that, and we'll
find the sticks because they're great. It's a great teaching aid.
Okay, we'll find it for sure.
Yeah.
All right, till next week.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.